we jump into some local Israeli news. It's a truly shocking story that's taken a series of twists and turns. And to sum it up, recently a genetic test rejected the position of a couple claiming to be the biological parents of a fetus mistakenly implanted in a woman who was not the mother. That's during fertility treatments in the country here. Now, the child, the girl, was just born as we're coming on air here, and the court ruled last week that a genetic test has to be conducted immediately once to identify the biological parents. To get more into the mess that this is, we're joined in the studio by Natasha Kirtchuk, host of I-24 News Israel Business Beat. Natasha, jumping into it, the development, okay, the baby was born, I think, literally as you're entering the studio here. So where does this go from here? What's the latest? What's going on here?
Well, I mean, obviously, this is just medical malpractice at its finest. It seems like it's the makings of a Netflix documentary, one that none of us want to believe is real. But this all started just a couple of weeks ago when a couple underwent a genetic test and discovered that they were pregnant with a baby of another couple. They had been going through fertility treatments, 10 different IVF procedures, and trying to have a baby. And unfortunately, they ended up being implanted when a doctor made a mistake and put in the wrong embryo, an embryo that belonged to a different couple. So, like you just said, this little baby girl has just been born. The craziest part about this, too, is that the only reason they underwent this test is because the baby actually has a heart defect and needed to go through a surgery while in utero to be able to save her life. And the mother, the pregnant mother, did that. Of course, is she the mother? That's the question. It's a very big ethical question. Should this couple have the right to keep this baby that they've been pregnant with for the last 9 months, or should the genetic parents and biological parents who created that embryo get the baby back?
Which, by the way, they don't know who that is yet at this point. I mean, no. I understand they still have some 40 people. There's been so many twists to this. So over the weekend, there was a major battle that took place on Israeli media where they actually interviewed the pregnant woman who's now given birth about whether or not she wanted to keep that baby. And they had claimed at that point that they had found the genetic parents, but it turns out actually that Asuda Medical Center, who had done the genetic test, also got that wrong. Wow. So now they're testing another 40 women to see who the actual mother is, again, biological mother of this baby. Ethically, how does this get resolved? Just in short, I mean, where does this go from?
So, I mean, it's ultimately going to end up in the courts. I'm glad that I'm not going to be the judge who is making the call on this, but, you know, there is going to be a legal battle here that is most likely going to ensue because this couple that's just given birth say they are not going to give this baby up no matter what. And obviously the biological parents do have a right to their embryo, which was wrongly implanted in the wrong person. But this is also not the first time that this has happened at Asuda Medical Center where this medical malpractice took place. So, you know, it's really opening a whole Pandora box of potential issues in fertility clinics in Israel that have a lot of women and men deeply concerned about going through fertility treatment in this country.
This is a very popular treatment in the country, widely available. A lot of questions about that.
Yeah, it's almost totally free for couples in Israel. And
that's an amazing fact, but wow, there's some questions around it. Natasha Kirtchuk, thanks for being with us. We'll follow this story wherever it leads from here. Thanks for joining.
All right, thank you.